Question number 1. A building or other structure or site development with group of single detached buildings served shall be supplied by only one service unless permitted. A. True. B. False. Answer A. True. Question number 2. Overhead service conductors shall have a vertical clearance of not less than blank above the roof surface. A. 2000 mm, B. 2100 mm, C. 2400 mm, D. 2500 mm. Answer D. 2500 mm. Question number 3. Multi-conductor cables used for overhead service conductors shall be attached to buildings or other structures by fittings identified for use with service conductors. A. True. B. False. Answer A. True. Question number 4. Underground service conductors shall not be smaller than blank copper or blank aluminum or copper-clad aluminum. A. 8.0 mm square, 14 mm square, B. 6.0 mm square, 12 mm square, C. 8.0 mm square, 10 mm square, D. 10.0 mm square, 14 mm square. Answer A. 8.0 mm square, 14 mm square. Question number 5. Individual open conductors and cables, other than service entrance cables, shall not be installed within blank of grade level or where exposed to physical damage. A. 2400 mm, B. 2500 mm, C. 3000 mm, D. 2000 mm. Answer C. 3000 mm. Question number 6. Service entrance cables shall be supported by straps or other approved means within 300 mm of every service head, gooseneck, or connection to a raceway or enclosure and at intervals not exceeding 750 mm. A. True. B. False. Answer A. True. Question number 7. A device that, when interrupting currents in its current limiting range, reduces the current flowing in the faulted circuit to a magnitude substantially less than that obtainable in the same circuit if the device were replaced with a solid conductor having comparable impedance. A. Current limiting fuse, B. Current limiting overcurrent protective device, C. Current limiting protective device, D. Relay. Answer B. Current limiting overcurrent protective device. Question number 8. Where the overcurrent device is rated over 800 amperes, the ampacity of the conductors it protects shall be equal to or greater than the rating of the overcurrent device. A. True. B. False. Answer A. True. Question number 9. Fuses and circuit breakers shall be permitted to be connected in parallel where they are factory assembled in parallel and listed as a unit. A. True. B. False. Answer A. True. Question number 10. Overcurrent protection shall be permitted to be installed as close as practicable to the storage battery terminals in an unclassified location. A. True. B. False. Answer A. True. Question number 11. A conductor installed on the supply side of a service or within a service equipment enclosure, or for a separately derived system, that ensures the required electrical conductivity between metal parts required to be electrically connected. A. Supply side bonding jumper, B. Load side bonding jumper, C. Derived bonding jumper, D. Supply side jumper. Answer A. Supply-side bonding jumper. Question number 12. Electrical systems that are grounded shall be connected to earth in a manner that will limit the voltage imposed by lightning, line surges, or unintentional contact with higher voltage lines, and that will stabilize the voltage to earth during normal operation. A. True. B. False. Answer: A. True. Question number 13. Normally non-current carrying conductive materials enclosing electrical conductors or equipment, or forming part of such equipment, shall be connected to earth so as to limit the voltage to ground on these materials. A. True. B. False. Answer: A. True. Question number 14. Main bonding jumpers and system bonding jumpers shall be of blank or other corrosion-resistant material. A. Copper. B. Aluminum. C. Steel. D. Silver. Answer: A. Copper. Question number 15. The frame of a portable generator shall be required to be connected to a grounding electrode. A. True. B. False. Answer: B. False. Question number 16. A device capable to drawing lightning discharge to it in preference to vulnerable parts of the protected area. A. Air terminal. B. Lightning discharge terminal. C. Discharge terminal. D. Device terminal. Answer: A. Air terminal. Question number 17. Conductors having blank insulation and operating at different voltage levels shall not occupy the same enclosure, cable, or raceway. A. Shielded. B. Non-shielded. C. Covered. D. Non-metallic. Answer: B. Non-shielded. Question number 18. Non-metallic equipment where exposed to sunlight, the materials shall be listed as blank resistant. A. High temperature resistant. B. Water resistant. C. Sunlight resistant. D. Corrosion resistant. Answer: C. Sunlight resistant. Question number 19. An enclosure supported by embedment shall be identified as suitably protected from corrosion and securely embedded in concrete or masonry. A. True. B. False. Answer: A. True. Question number 20. Boxes that enclose devices or utilization equipment supplied by 2.0 mm square or smaller conductors shall have a depth that is not less than blank millimeter. A. 23.8 mm. B. 20 mm. C. 25 mm. D. 30 mm. Answer: A. 23.8 mm. Question number 21. Busways shall not be installed where subject to severe physical damage or corrosive vapors. A. True. B. False. Answer: A. True. Question number 22. A transverse raceway for electrical conductors, providing access to predetermined cells of a cellular metal floor, thereby permitting the installation of electrical conductors from a distribution center to the cells. A. Cell. B. Header. C. Headroom. D. Cellular raceway. Answer: B. Header. Question number 23. A unit or assembly of units or sections and associated fittings forming a structural system used to securely fasten or support cables and raceways. A. Cable system. B. Tray system. C. Cable tray system. D. System tray. Answer, C. Cable tray system. Question number 24. Open wiring on insulators shall be permitted only for industrial or agricultural establishments on systems of 600 volts nominal or less. A. True. B. False. Answer, A. True. Question number 25. Infrared lamp commercial and industrial heating appliances shall have overcurrent protection not exceeding blank amperes. A. 40 amperes. B. 50 amperes. C. 60 amperes. D. 70 amperes. Answer, B. 50 amperes. Question number 26. A fixed storage type water heater that has a capacity of 450 liters or less shall be considered a continuous load for the purposes of sizing branch circuits. A. True. B. False. Answer, A. True. Question number 27. An indicator light requires a 300 ohm resistor to limit current. The voltage across the current limiting resistor is 3 volts. What is the current in the resistor? A. 100 amperes. B. 0.01 ampere. C. 10 amperes. D. 1 ampere. Answer, B. 0.01 ampere. Question number 28. An automotive lamp draws 3 amperes from the 12-volt battery. What is the resistance of the bulb? A. 36 ohms. B. 0.25 ohm. C. 4 ohms. D. 40 ohms. Answer, C. 4 ohms. Question number 29. Calculate the power in watts when 100 joules of energy is used for 5 seconds. A. 20 watts. B. 500 watts. C. 0.05 watt. D. 20 kilowatt. Answer, A. 20 watts. Question number 30. For permanently connected appliances rated at not over 300 volt amperes or 18 horsepower, the branch circuit overcurrent device shall be permitted to serve as the disconnecting means where the switch or circuit breaker is within sight from the appliance or is lockable. A. True. B. False. Answer, A. True. Question number 31. Switches and circuit breakers used as disconnecting means shall be of the blank type. A. Interrupting type. B. Indicating type. C. Sealed type. D. Open type. Answer, B. Indicating type. Question number 32. Nameplate marking shall be located so as to be blank or easily accessible after installation. A. Visible. B. Noticeable. C. Attachable. D. Adjustable. Answer, A. Visible. Question number 33. Heaters and related equipment installed in damp or wet locations shall be listed for such locations and shall be constructed and installed so that water or other liquids cannot enter or accumulate in or on wired sections, electrical components, or ductwork. A. True. B. False. Answer, A. True. Question number 34. Field-wired conductors between the heater and the supplementary overcurrent protective devices shall be sized at not less than blank % of the load served. A. 80%. B. 100%. C. 120%. D. 125%. Answer, D. 125%. Question number 35. A blank is any switch or device that is normally used to start and stop a motor by making and breaking the motor circuit current. A. Motor breaker. B. Start-stop switch. C. Controller, D. Control relay. Answer, C. Controller. Question number 36. A manufactured assembly, used to operate a valve, consisting of an actuator motor and other components such as controllers, torque switches, limit switches, and overload protection. A. Ram assembly, B. VAM assembly. C. Valve assembly, D. Winding assembly. Answer, B. VAM assembly. Question number 37. For torque motors, the rated current shall be the blank current, and this nameplate current shall be used to determine the ampacity of the branch circuit conductors. A. Rotor current, B. Block rotor current. C. Maximum current, D. Locked rotor current. Answer, D. Locked rotor current. Question number 38. Multi-speed motors shall be marked with the code letter, designating the locked rotor kilovolt ampere per horsepower, for the highest speed at which the motor can be started. A. True, B. False. Answer, A. True. Question number 39. Ventilation shall be required for submersible types of motors. A. True, B. False. Answer, B. False. Question number 40. The branch circuit, short circuit and ground fault protective device, protecting a circuit to which a motor or motor-operated appliance is connected shall have sufficient blank to permit the motor to start and accelerate its load. A. Time, B. Time delay. C. Delay, C. Control. Answer, B. Time delay. Question number 41. Equipment such as room air conditioners, household refrigerators and freezers, drinking water coolers, and beverage dispensers shall be considered appliances. A. True, B. False. Answer, A. True. Question number 42. Generators operating at 65 volts or less, and driven by individual motors, shall be considered as protected by the overcurrent device protecting the motor, if these devices will operate when the generators are delivering not more than blank % of their full load rated current. A. 100%, B. 125%. C. 130%, D. 150%. Answer, D. 150%. Question number 43. Generators with greater than 15 kilowatt rating shall be provided with an additional requirement to shut down the prime mover. A. True, B. False. Answer, A. True. Question number 44. The autotransformer shall have a continuous neutral current rating that is not less than the maximum possible neutral unbalanced load current of the 4-wire system. A. True, B. False. Answer, A. True. Question number 45. Where the operating voltage exceeds blank volts to ground, secondary ties provided with limiters shall have a switch at each end that, when open, de-energizes the associated tie conductors and limiters. A. 110 volts, B. 125 volts. C. 150 volts, D. 220 volts. Answer, C. 150 volts. Question number 46. Dry-type transformers shall be provided with a blank moisture-resistant case or enclosure that provides protection against the accidental insertion of foreign objects. A. Weatherproof, B. Dust-tight. C. Non-combustible, D. Rainproof. Answer, C. Non-combustible. Question number 47. Dry-type transformers installed indoors, and rated 112.5 kVA, or less, shall have a separation of at least blank millimeters from combustible material, unless separated from the combustible material by a fire-resistant, heat-insulated barrier. A. 300 millimeters, B. 400 millimeters, C. 500 millimeters, D. 600 millimeters. Answer, A. 300 millimeters. Question number 48. The operating voltage of exposed live parts of transformer installations shall be indicated by signs or visible markings on the equipment or structures. A. Warning sign, B. Danger sign, C. Voltage sign, D. Voltage warning. Answer, D. Voltage warning. Question number 49. An electrical device that converts single-phase power to three-phase electric power. A. Phase converter, B. Single-phase converter, C. Inverter, D. Converter. Answer, A. Phase converter. Question number 50. Capacitor cases shall be connected to the equipment grounding conductor, where the capacitor units are supported on a structure designed to operate at other than ground potential. A. True, B. False. Answer, B. False.